Hey guys, welcome to episode 132 of Swiftcast. This is Nate.
Ashley.
Steph.
Haley.
Adam.
And Ashley.
And we have a great episode lined up for you guys this week. First of all, we want to talk about last week's episode quickly. Episode 131. We had some technical difficulties, mostly with Steph's sound, where it was kind of like blaring in your ear or whatever device that you play our podcast out of. Sorry about that. We ended up fixing that, so it is actually kind of able to listen to it now. So anyway, so sorry about that, but we did fix all of that, so everything is A-okay.
So go look for it again on iTunes, and if for some reason iTunes is still playing the old version, you can hear the corrected version at swiftcast13.com also.
So I think we need to take a moment because for this episode, I'm sure you heard, got a new intro. Whoa!
Yay!
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 I quite like the other one, but Sweeter Than Fiction, getting a little bit old now. I'm sure you guys are kind of sick of hearing it by now. So anyway, we decided to go with something a little bit more simple, a little bit more sleek. Something more...
Just a totally abstract song that in no way, shape, or form resembles any song of any artist.
So if you think it sounds like something, it really doesn't. So
we are not infringing.
And stay tuned, because at the end of our episode also, you can listen to our fancy new outro, which also in no way resembles any song you may or may not have heard ever. So before we jump into our episode here, I want to talk about how on December 13th, first of all, big day for all of us, Taylor's birthday, last show of the 1989 tour, we, in celebration, are going to have a live episode via Uber conference of Swiftcast. Whoa, crazy, I know. Now, we have done this before, so it's very easy if you guys feel like participating. We will host a call-in Uber conference. We will provide all the details for you ahead of time via our social media. And if you want to join, you can actually call us, chat with us. You can be on our episode and basically just kind of have a good time with us. So anyway, as we have more details for you available, we will definitely be letting you guys know. But stay tuned. December 13th is going to be our live episode.
And also, during the live episode, we're going to be announcing the winner of our Christmas giveaway that's going on now on our Twitter, Swiftcast13, and at facebook.com/theswiftcast. We're giving away one of the brand new 1989 ornaments that just came out that also was a musical ornament, the play Shake It Off. So they're pretty cool. And to find out how you can enter, you can visit us on Twitter or Facebook.
So we're going to start you guys off on this episode with some older tweets that Taylor had. I love this segment because it's always great to go back and look at the things that Taylor tweets. Now our first one comes from November 22nd, 2009, and Taylor tweets, "It's 5:30 a.m. in London, where I still haven't slept and my feet haven't touched the ground. Thank you for the AMAs. Thank you."
And then a few days later, on November 25th, 2009, Taylor tweeted, #I am thankful for everything.
And in case you haven't noticed, we have a little theme here since this week is Thanksgiving. A lot of Taylor's older tweets relate to Thanksgiving. And the next year, on November 25th, 2010, Taylor tweeted, "So thankful for so much. And also for the NBC special Speak Now that comes on at 8/7 Central, and all the fans who made it possible. Check it out."
That rooftop concert was actually like one of the coolest things I think Taylor has ever done for Speak Now.
That was awesome. Even I loved the haunted portion of that.
Oh, seriously, right?
Was that the mini, haunted music video?
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't obviously an official music video, but it looked like one.
it did. And of course the piano in Central Park for Back to December.
Oh, I love that, yeah. Back to December is one of my all-time favorite songs. That was definitely very, very cool.
The next one was from November 22nd of 2011, and she said, "I have so much to be thankful for this year. I'm leaving New York, replaying this tour in my mind. I love you all so much."
And that was the end of the Speak Now tour.
And a few days later, on November 27th, 2011, Taylor tweeted, "Homemade snow globes with friends, the whole fleet." And it was an Instagram picture of a bunch of snow globes that she made herself out of bottles.
Those were cool.
I did that for my birthday this year. It was harder than I thought it'd be.
I can imagine it'd be very easy. I don't know.
Well, the glue takes a while to dry. You have to get it just
Yeah.
right.
Taylor made it look really easy.
Yeah, she did.
She always makes things look way too easy.
Our next one is from November 17th, 2012. Taylor tweeted, walked into my AMA dressing room and there was this little bowl of candy in there. Literally shrieked with excitement. Need to tone it down.
Our next one comes from November 19th of 2012, and Taylor tweets, "Thank you so much for the AMA. You're unreal. I went straight from the awards to a night video shoot. Long day, but so worth it." Do you remember what video that was?
I Knew You Were Trouble.
Oh, so cool. That's right. I remember that.
Does not feel like that was 3 years ago.
Oh my God, seriously.
I say that,
I forgot that.
yeah, it was a night video shoot.
And then a few days later, on November 25th, 2012, Taylor tweeted, "Just tried reading a hotel shampoo bottle an arm's length away from my face to check if I still need contacts. Turns out I do. Eventful night."
That's one of my favorite tweets because I do that too. And I'm still blind. Just about.
I have the same problem. It literally has to be directly next to my face for me to be able to read anything.
Me too. Well, then on November 26th of 2013, Taylor tweeted, "Oh, living on a prayer." And she
That was nice. That was
had
perfect.
an Instagram photo of her with John Bon Jovi and Prince William. And I can't believe that was already 2 years ago. Feels like it was yesterday.
Can you do it again for me? Just say that one again. Oh, living on a prayer, take my hand. Okay, I'm done. Okay.
Well, on November 24th of 2013, Taylor tweeted, "You guys are the strongest, most powerful bond in my life, and I really appreciate the AMAs you won us tonight. Thank you so much."
Winning AMAs every year.
Like a boss.
And the next one comes from last year, November 23rd. "Blank space performance tonight on the AMAs. It's gonna be crazy. No, like actually crazy."
She wasn't kidding.
It was awesome, and we were all hoping that would be like the tour performance, which it wasn't, which was disappointing.
I'll always wonder about that. I did love the loop that she incorporated into Blank Space with each city, but I really would have liked to have seen that dinner table suspended from the air.
Yep, and the fire and everything.
And then our last tweet comes from November 27th of 2014. Taylor tweeted, "Austin, playing with drones in the house is not a fun or safe Thanksgiving activity."
I loved that video. It's so funny.
Yeah, that is a great video. It starts out where he's just flying the drone calmly, and then it kind of jerks over towards Taylor, and she screams and yells.
I love their relationship. It's so funny, Austin and Taylor. It's so typical. It's so funny. Just typical of a sibling relationship. It's just so funny. Anyway, now for you guys, we're going to be moving on to our news segment, Keeping Up with Swift. Now, our very first piece of news, if you guys have not heard, Yahoo Celebrity UK released a 3-part video of Taylor interviewing Alessia Cara. And we were fortunate enough to see Alessia Cara when we were in Tampa, when she performed at the 1989 tour, and that is when, actually, they recorded this interview. So if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. There's a lot of build-up for it, and I'm sure a lot of viewers for it. So if you haven't seen it, definitely worth checking out. So it's very interesting to see Taylor, instead of always being interviewed as the interviewee. So it's very cool. So definitely check that one out if you haven't seen it.
And our next piece of news is that Taylor threw a 30th birthday party for Lily Aldridge last week in LA. And during the party, she had many of the people who were in the Bad Blood video attend, and she handed out all of their VMAs, which was really cool.
Yeah, we didn't really realize that everybody got a VMA, but we knew that Mariska got one because Taylor put on Instagram a photo of Olivia trying to eat Mariska's VMA.
She just got confused and thought it was hers.
Fun fact, Lily and I have the same birthdays. Every year when Taylor says happy birthday to Lily, I pretend she's saying happy birthday to me. Well, starting on November 26th, TaylorSwift.com will be having 12 new products.
Woohoo!
And then from the 26th to the 29th, all orders will receive a free gift.
Woo!
And I hear it's not a rubber bracelet.
It's all the junk from the tour that's left over. Like,
Confetti.
just confetti. Hey, I would love that if it was confetti.
Or more
That'd be awesome.
keychains.
Keychains.
Or just a bunch of, like, rubber bracelets that are already dead.
I would actually love that. I don't know about you guys.
Well, I'm excited for the 13 Days of Taylor.
Oh, me too. Seriously,
too.
every single year. We were fortunate enough to be able to promote some of the products in previous years, but anyway, this year I think they're changing up their entire process for it. So it should be interesting to see what they end up coming up with this year.
And the 13 Days of Taylor will end on December 13th, which is when we're having our live call. So hopefully you guys can tell us what all you order.
And to wrap up our new segment, here is the upcoming calendar. On November 28th, the 1989 tour will make its first stop in Australia, in Sydney, at ANZ Stadium. And then the following week, on December 5th, it will be in Brisbane, Australia, at Suncorp Stadium. And finally, on December 7th, as we have mentioned the past few episodes, the Grammy nominations will be announced. And the 4 biggest awards, which are Best New Artist, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Album of the Year, will be announced live on CBS this morning. So if you want to see that announcement, you can check out that show.
All right, so now we're going to be moving on to one of my favorite segments, our mini segments. We have a lot of good ones this week.
Our first one comes from the Vic Mendez soundtrack for the night. Taylor's Wildest Dreams. Hashtag don't judge me. Swiftie problems.
So our next one comes from @YenQuinn98 on Twitter. And they say, don't know how I'm going to live without Taylor Swift's new songs. Hashtag life problems, hashtag Swiftie problems, hashtag Taylor Swift. I don't know how anyone could ever live without any of Taylor's songs, so I'm right there with you.
Our next one comes from dun_dun, so dun dun dun. Feel So Close just came on the radio, and my first thought was, Taylor's up next. Swiftie problems.
I literally just did this today, I kid you not. It Feels So Close came on the radio, and that's exactly what I thought of.
Me too.
This always happens to me.
Totally agree.
It happened to me for Red Tour.
That happened to me on Saturday.
And does it still happen for you guys too with American Girl and American Woman?
Yes.
It does for me for American Woman because I never got the Speak Now experience with American Girl, so...
Okay.
It does for both of them, but I never hear those ones.
Right. They don't come up as often as Feel So Close would.
I hear Icona Pop more, and that makes me think, oh, the Red Tour should be starting in just a few minutes.
Fan cam.
Our next one is from Vinny on Twitter, and he tweeted, when you DM Taylor Nation to ask if there's going to be a tour DVD, and there's no reply. Swiftie problems. We understand.
Well, our last one is from Sarah_Dancer00. How am I supposed to focus on my math exam when Taylor lands at the same time? Hashtag 1989 Adelaide. Swiftie problems.
That must be exciting for all those Australian fans.
Oh, absolutely. Seriously. Why are you taking your math exam when you could be at the airport? That's my question. Don't listen to me because no. Take your math exam. Anyway, so those are our mini segments for the week. If you guys feel like submitting those, just stay tuned and you can listen to find out how. Now we're going to be moving on into our fashion segment. Woo, fashion. Do ya?
The first one comes from the 1989 tour Meet and Greet in Shanghai, China on November 12th. Taylor was wearing an RVN alligator stripe ruffle circular flare miniskirt, and that is $335.
And then our next one is from when Taylor was in Beverly Hills in California. She was seen leaving the Palms restaurant on November 17th. She was wearing a 525 America leather and sweater envelope cardigan, which is $439, but is out of stock. A J-brand Maria high-rise in Seriously Black for $198. Prada ankle boots for $990, which are sold out. Kendra Scott Lisa pendant necklace in platinum druzy for $65. And Elizabeth and James Charlie satchel for $645.
I love that necklace is affordable. Usually her jewelry is insanely expensive.
Yeah, it's pretty too.
So anyway, that's all we really have for our fashion segment this week, unfortunately. But a big thank you to tayswiftstyle.com for always providing us with all of our fashion updates. So now we are going to be moving into our main discussion for the week. If you guys haven't heard, there's something pretty cool that happened on Sunday of this week. and that was the American Music Awards. And I don't know about you guys, but every year I look forward to these awards. I think they're awesome. So if you guys haven't heard by now, I mean, big news, obviously. Taylor won 3 American Music Awards. Yay, go Taylor. Taylor ended up winning Song of the Year for Blank Space, Favorite Pop Album for 1989, and also Favorite Adult Contemporary Artist, which are pretty awesome. I mean, those are pretty big categories. So the other categories that won as well that Taylor was beaten out on, Favorite Collaboration, this one I'm most surprised about. Skrillex and Diplo featuring Justin Bieber for Where Are You Now? I don't know. I thought Bad Blood, Kendrick Lamar really had that one, but I don't know. Can't win them all, I guess.
Especially with all the hype with the video and...
Oh my God, seriously, right? Like insane hype and insane output too. I mean, the video, of course. I mean, everybody loves it, so.
Well, and last week we talked about the big competitors in that category being See You Again with Wiz Khalifa, and then the other one was Uptown Funk, Bruno Mars. Those were huge songs. I actually have never heard Where Are You Now? Well, maybe I have. Actually, I think I have, but not nearly as much as the other songs.
Right, like I understand that maybe Taylor wouldn't win that category, but like you said, I thought it would have been Uptown Funk or See You Again.
It was surprising.
And for Favorite Female Pop Artist, which Taylor was also nominated for, Ariana Grande ended up winning that category. And finally, the big category, the big one of the night, everyone always anticipates, Artist of the Year. Taylor nominated, unfortunately did not win. The winner ended up being One Direction.
I think that one was fan voted, and they still do have a huge fan base, don't they?
Oh, absolutely they do, yeah, definitely. Which I'm surprised because a lot of award shows, a lot of people caught on because they were not really being that faithful to the fan-voted awards. They would say vote, and then it all ended up being up to the judge panel's discretion anyway, so.
Yeah, you have to wonder, isn't part of the determination supposed to be based on judging and not just fan-voted, or I'm not even sure.
I think it all varies by award show. I'm not too sure on the specifics for the American Music Awards, unfortunately. But I know there is a very heavy influence by these judges, even if they are fan voted. So,
and I think, like we've talked about in the past, that even producers of the show and the heads of the studios, or maybe somebody very high up in ABC, which was the network that the awards were on, can make some determinations on who to give these awards to based on how they think people will react or the discussion that it will generate for their network.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's exactly it. I mean, you can't be naive about it. I mean, whether anyone likes it or not, the American Music Awards are part of a larger network that is making money. So they have to keep those ratings up every single year. So, and one way to do that is through forced awards, basically promotion, get the buzz going.
Now, Taylor did not attend the awards, but going along the same theme, I'm pretty confident that if she did attend, they would have given her some of these awards that they presented during the night, because then they would have gotten the publicity from having her on stage and giving a speech. So,
exactly. There was something very lacking in this show with Taylor's absence. There was just not nearly the same energy that there is when Taylor's there. The audience members just act completely unaffected by everything.
Yeah, I didn't think it was the best show. I mean, looking at some of the other performers, Carrie Underwood, Justin Bieber, Demi Lovato, Walk the Moon, Coldplay, they were just all okay. Didn't really care for any of them that much.
You didn't like the Star Wars rendition?
That was cool. That was very different by Pentatonics. They're pretty good.
Celine Dion was good.
Yeah, Celine Dion was really good.
Yeah, the show's just, it wasn't the same without Taylor. I think my favorite part was Celine Dion. And Jared Leto's speech was amazing.
That was a very good speech. I've always been a big fan of him because I'm a fan of his band, 30 Seconds to Mars, so that was cool to see.
Now, another thing which was cool, and because Taylor ended up bringing him out in Chicago, was that Sam Hunt ended up winning for Best New Artist. So I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, somebody that Taylor's promoting and bringing on tour and then ends up winning Best New Artist. I think it's kind of cool.
That was cool. And so many people who she had on tour.
Yeah, I was just about to say, fun fact, the Artist of the Year nominees, all 5 of them were special guests. They were Sam Hunt, Fetty Wap, Tove Lo, Walk the Moon, and The Weeknd. And going around to our buddy Ed Sheeran, he was a winner also for favorite male artist pop rock.
Woo, go ahead. He cleans up in that category. It's too easy for him.
And I'll ask you guys a trivia question. Do you know who won for favorite artist EDM, electronic dance music?
Wasn't it Calvin Harris?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
He also was not there.
Well, as Steph said, the night was lacking because Taylor wasn't there. So overall, I think it was just an okay show. Taylor won a couple of awards, but of course it's always more fun when she's in attendance. But there have been a lot of rumors over the past day or 2 days about why she wasn't there and where she might be. So I know we don't necessarily want to talk about rumors because they may be false and we don't know for sure, but it's always fun to speculate. And
Oh, yeah.
and the rumors that have been flying around the past couple days have been that Taylor has been either in Australia or New Zealand filming a music video. So that seems to indicate that there will be another single, which we weren't sure about because we thought that the final single might be the tour video, and we had speculated maybe it'll be New Romantics as a tour video to wrap up the 1989 era, but this might be indicating differently. What do you guys think?
Yeah, we talked about this, I think, on episode 130, where I mentioned an Australian DJ named Smallsy was tweeting about Taylor, and somebody mentioned, Smallsy, you keep playing Out of the Woods. Are you trying to give us a hint that this is the next single? And he replied with just a winky face. So I initially thought New Romantics would be the next single, but then I started saying, oh, maybe it's Out of the Woods, especially given that she released the video of Out of the Woods at the Grammy Museum. But some of the tweets that have been going around about the rumors seem like maybe it could be also Clean. I don't know. I'd be thrilled with either, personally.
Yeah, I think people speculated Clean because of the fact that somebody tweeted that she was filming with a large water tank or something along those lines, and people automatically just thought of Clean because of the water reference. And then other people seem to have mentioned something about going to a wooded area or a snowy area. I'm not too familiar with New Zealand, but maybe they have some mountainous areas that currently have snow, because I know it's summertime there. But then that would indicate maybe Out of the Woods because of the snowy scene. So we'll see.
I think the underwater tank reminds people of the footage in the background during the tour.
Yeah, it does. That's immediately what I thought of when I read this rumor.
I always wanted All Too Well to be released as a single, and it wasn't. And to me, Clean is sort of like my new All Too Well, I guess. So I think it would be great. I think it would show so much of Taylor to people who might not usually listen to her. Just a completely different side of her. But I think the same thing for Out of the Woods.
No matter what, I just always have the fear of I'm not ready to share this song with the world.
For both Out of the Woods and Clean?
Yeah,
Do you have a stronger feeling for one?
I guess more so for Clean.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's been so personal and special to us, and with the tour and the Clean speech, that once it goes out to everybody on the radio, it sort of loses a little bit of that.
I agree. Despite the tank thing, I would still say I predict Out of the Woods. And I also predict that maybe she and Ryan Adams would perform it at the Grammys. Maybe that's just my hope, not prediction. But that would be amazing.
So anyway, lots of good speculation this week. Just some reminders for you guys, for those of you who are listening. Please press the subscribe button on iTunes, and it will automatically download our latest episode for you every week. And if you guys feel like contacting us, whether you want to submit for our mini segments, if you want to just shoot us an email or a tweet, anything you'd like to tell us, really, you can contact us on our various social media. Contact us. Our Twitter is @SwiftCast13. You can find us on Tumblr, swiftcast13.tumblr.com. You can find us on Instagram, instagram.com/theswiftcast13. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/theswiftcast. You can email us at theswiftcast13@gmail.com, or you can find all of these on our website, swiftcast13.com. Now, just another quick reminder for you guys, iTunes will only show our last 100 episodes. So if you guys want to listen to any of our older ones, make sure you go to swiftcast13.com. We have them all listed up there for you. You can go back to any of our episodes and stream them right there on our website. So what do you guys think next week Taylor will do?
Well, she's been very absent from social media lately. No Tumblr posts, no tweets. So I predict that as she's approaching this first show in Australia, she will tweet about being in Australia, maybe some kind of nature picture or some sort of sightseeing that she's doing in Australia.
I had something along the same lines. I think she will come back on Thanksgiving with a thankful Instagram picture.
Yeah, I think given the trend of our older tweets, she'll definitely say what she's thankful for. And I'm also hoping that she hangs out with Ed. I forget exactly when he'll be in Australia, but I know they're there at the same time. So hopefully they'll hang out, write music maybe, release that debut album we were talking about a couple episodes ago, and then go on tour together. That would be great.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening for episode 132. This has been Nate,
Ashley.
Steph?
Haley.
Adam?
And Ashley.
See you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
See ya!
Later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Swiftcast. Visit us on the web at theswiftcast.com. Swiftcast is not directly affiliated with Taylor Swift, Big Machine Label Group, or 13 Management.